Hey, welcome to the Holy Duo. This is Dialogue, folks.
Got your man Eddie Ed.
And interesting one today, 42 and childless. Um, and there's a biological clock that's ticking. Those are the words of the person in the video. This is a big YouTuber. She's a hospice nurse. Never heard of her until my wife was like, wow, take a look at this video. And it was like, oh snap, this is kind of crazy. So um I watched the video and I was like, this would be a perfect video to cover. So let's oh, your video went out.
Yeah, I touched the cord a little bit and it said
There you go. So let's go ahead and pull this video up. There you go. All right. So this one was interesting only because you usually don't hear people talking about their dismay with their life decisions and all of that stuff. And I get it. We're not talking down on this lady, but we are talking down on the system that leads people down this path. At least I am. You know, we're going to get Eddie Ed's perspective on all of this. And there's a system in place to lead women down this path. And it's interesting because it's a narrative that they give them. But anyway, this lady has a lot of subscribers, like 600,000 plus subscribers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was like, wow.
Wait, so the nurse does, or the person that's talking about the nurse, or is there a person?
This is the nurse on her own channel.
Wow.
That's another thing that caught me.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was like, that's very interesting for her to bring this up now. But let's watch the video, and we're going to read her description of the video, and we're going to dive into some comments, and then we're going to do some commentary on this. So
I consider myself someone who is okay with being single. I'm very independent. I'm 42, almost 43, never married, no kids. I do not hyper focus on that. And I have a very, very, very fulfilled life. And I still have moments where I feel the grief of like not having the traditional life that I always thought I would have. I think a lot of times, someone like me anyway, it's easier for me to deny that I care, right? It's easier to go, oh, I don't care, you know, I'm independent, I'm this and this. Like there's no need to focus on the things I don't have. And that is true to like keep me going, right? But I also think it's important for me to acknowledge.
Is she about to cry?
That it still hurts.
Yeah. And you bring up a good point, right? Because she's independent. She doesn't hyper focus on that thing, which, yeah, that's true. But she is about to cry. And I mean, it looks like
I thought she had some nasal congestion, but she was about to cry. That's why she started sniffling.
Yeah. But yeah, I just want everyone to keep in mind the words that she's saying, not the summary of what she's saying, the words that she's using, because she's painting a picture, but her narrative is saying something else. So just keep paying attention. Let's see, let me pull it up.
That's still something I really, really want. And that doesn't mean I'm never going to get it. I'm not sitting here like boo-hooing, being like, I'm 42, so I'll never get it. I understand I can find love at 62. I can get married whenever I want to. This idea of getting married in your 20s or 30s, you know, I get that could still happen for me. But as you get older, and women who are my age or older understand this, you know, there is a biological clock, especially if you want to get pregnant, that is ticking, and mine has ticked, right? Like I'm almost 43. The idea of me having a natural pregnancy is not unheard of, but probably not going to happen. And I don't need a bunch of comments of everyone telling me how it still could. That's not the point of this video. The point of this video is that even though I know I'll be okay, it still hurts sometimes. Especially the pregnant thing. I've always wanted to be pregnant. I've always wanted to feel that,
Then why?
to experience what that would be like to birth.
Go ahead, bro.
Oh no, you can continue the video. I'll say
No, no. If you're gonna write it down, you're gonna remember.
Yeah,
This is a lot. All right.
Let me write it down.
All right.
A child. There's something that's something I've just always wanted. And I think I can be a strong, independent woman who knows I'll be okay whether that happens in my life or not, but also show that it is perfectly okay to acknowledge that I am sad. Independent woman who
Let me take it back a little bit.
that's something I've just always wanted. And I think I can be a strong, independent woman who knows I'll be okay whether that happens in my life or not, but also show that it is perfectly okay to acknowledge that I am sad that hasn't happened for me. And maybe never will. And I think there's strength in vulnerability and honesty. I know I'll be okay, but I'm still grieving the life that I thought I would have. So if you are too, you're not alone.
No idea what this is. All right. Thoughts?
Yeah, man. A couple thoughts. First, to that comment that I was gonna say, I'll be, she said she really wanted to get pregnant. So my thought was like, hey, if that's what you wanted, why didn't you go out and look for somebody to love so that you can get that? If you wanted it, or if you wanted it, why did you stop yourself from getting that? It don't make any sense to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you say you really wanted it, then why didn't you do it? Like, what was holding you back? And then she didn't finish the sentence when she said, I know people say, get married in your early 20s and this and third, but she didn't fully say what I guess she had for that point. She moved forward, like as if like, she was about to say to me, I thought she was gonna say something like the getting married in early 20s thing was like sort of like a bad idea because you got more life to live or something like that. That's where in my mind, if she were to speak on that, I think that she would probably go that area, but I don't know for sure. So I would have liked for her to, go into that a little bit more. But I would have said congrats to her that she wasn't one of those type of people that really wanted to get pregnant so bad that she just slept with somebody just to get pregnant. Because I do know some people in life that have done that, and that's terrible for you because it's a lot of negatives that come with that. You're not married, first of all, so that's a big one. You don't. That's not your husband, so that's spiritually, not consistent. When it comes to the things of God, but now you put yourself in a situation where now you don't have any help. You don't have any help to take care of the baby. You're now having to figure out new things in your life, how to take care of the baby, how to work and take care of the baby, extra bills, extra, care, hospital, so it's more to worry about. So the load just becomes crazy when you do that to yourself as an unmarried person, just wanting to get pregnant so bad that you go out and do it. I'm not trying to shame anybody. I'm just speaking what the facts are, So that is, I'm glad she didn't do that. I'm glad she's not one of those people that went ahead and to just go out and, do that. Could she have been one of the ones that just wanted to have fun and smash a bunch of people and not get pregnant? No, yeah, that's not good either. But just having fun without a family is not it either. and we heard her from her own voice. She chose career and living a life because she's she can do things by herself, independent. You know what she mentioned. You know, she chose that over being a person that she always kind of wanted to be, which was pregnant and to find love. She
Mm-hmm.
wanted it. That's why she's crying about it. If she didn't want it, she wouldn't be crying about it. And was she contradicting herself? Let us know in the comments what y'all think about that. But yeah, it didn't make sense to me when she said she wanted to always be pregnant. In my mind, it's like, well, then why don't you find a relationship in which that can happen? What was the holdup? What was the holdback? So that's all I got off the top.
Yeah, off the top. I mean, that's a lot to talk about. So you said the optics of I wish she would have talked about like what happened in her 20s and 30s. Why are we here now? And that's the same question I had. Like, what did happen? Because
Yeah,
there's a whole bunch of stories
mm-hmm.
that we could go. We can't just say, oh, well, she wasted her time and she spent
Yeah,
her time in career. We
it could have
could
been.
say that.
It could have been simply somebody just told her, "Hey, don't get pregnant, don't get married yet," because some people really take those
Yeah, they
bits
do.
and nuggets of advice as like
Yeah.
a real like
Gospel.
yeah.
Yeah, they believe that, and then they do that. So that could be one story. The other thing could be, family events happen and it didn't give her time to be able to do that. That could be another story. It could be she went to school for a really long time, and by the time she was ready to date, she was really old, and now she's 42. There's a whole bunch of stuff that could have happened. But for me, let me know what you think. For me, the idea here is, did you prioritize finding a partner to get married to in your 20s and 30s? That would be the first question, because it doesn't matter what your story is. The question can always be, did you prioritize it? And then at the same time, we also have to remember, you said it's a good thing that she didn't get prego just for the sake of getting pregnant. Yeah, that's true, because there are some people who also get married for the sake of getting married. They don't want kids.
That's
So
also
it's
not
the
good
same
too.
thing. Yeah, right. The two go together. And you reminded me, because there's some people that'll have a wedding. They'll have a wedding and they'll say you can't bring kids can't come to the wedding. Have you heard
Oh
that before?
yeah, oh yeah. I
That's
was what you call it.
crazy.
I was this weekend literally was supposed to go to a wedding, but they didn't want kids there, so I couldn't go.
That blows my mind. And I'll tell you
Yeah.
why. I'll tell you what my reason is. The idea of marriage is a religious idea. Um, you don't get married for the sake of getting married. You get married because there's a bigger picture behind the marriage, which is family and generational legacy. Okay, so you get married to have kids, but then when you get married, you tell someone else not to bring their product of being married, right? So it's like, why are you getting married? Because when you have kids, you're essentially saying your kids were not worthy enough to witness the matching of two people in front of God. That I mean, shoot.
Yeah,
It,
I don't think they're thinking that deep though.
but don't you
Yeah.
think that's the whole idea of marriage? Like, you want to just have a party? Is that what this is?
Yeah, I don't think I have a disagreement with that, but they're not thinking about no big picture. They're just thinking about, hey, we want our ceremony a certain way.
Yeah. That okay, so that's another, like, there's a lot of stuff going on in Christianity that were like, you guys aren't looking at the big picture. It's the same thing with marriage, right? In my mind, if you want a marriage and no kids present, so you can do some things, you don't want the kids to interrupt and stuff. It's like saying, I don't want kids in the church when the pastor's preaching because they're a distraction and a nuisance. So I send them off to Sunday school, which is fine. Send them off to Sunday school, but the whole idea of a church is to bring the family together so they can be fed. And when you have the idea that children are a distraction in a church, that's painting a different picture, um, rather than saying something like, I don't know, maybe my kid is in the stage where I won't be able to pay attention or something. Because we take our kids in a sanctuary and we do everything we can to keep them quiet. That's not always the case, they're still kids, but the idea of family is like really, really weird in our time nowadays. And I don't know where people are getting that. So at some point in the video, she said it could happen for her. She could find love at 62. But then she goes right into the biological clock ticking. And then she talks about pregnancy.
Mm-hmm.
And then she said the point of the video is not for you guys to tell her it'll be okay. That's not why she's making the video. She's making the video because she wants to express that it hurts that she was never able to get pregnant, and she basically wasted her biological
her early years.
worth. Yeah. And when people say your biological clock, they're not, like, you have to understand, they're saying your biological worth. Like the thing that your body was meant to do, you didn't do it. You neglected it, which is really heavy. Like, bro, it's really heavy for a woman to say she's independent and strong and she doesn't try to focus on it. That still comes up in her mind. That means it's something that she's not going to be able to get over anytime soon. She's only 42 and she probably won't be able to have multiple children. One child at 42 is pretty remarkable.
Yeah.
You're talking about a family and love.
It made me think about something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're built as human beings, male, female, with certain, instinctive desires. And I think that's what we're seeing. Her desire as a human female, that's something that's in her to do. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, we each have things in us, as biological human beings that we have in us to do. And if you don't do it, you definitely feel like you're missing something, or that you wasted something that you have, or not using something that you have. So when people try to argue against that, they're lying.
Yeah, for
You're
sure.
just lying. We're not. We were created with distinct abilities and purposes, as human beings. And so when you don't use that, something's lacking, but it don't hit you until a certain point. And we see this point is hidden her.
Yeah. What do you call it? It is in there. And I'd like to point out the fact that she said there's strength in vulnerability. Like let's explore that for a minute, right? When she says there's strength in vulnerability, having specifically to do with pregnancy and having children of her own and not have wasted her biological ability to do so. Like, what do you think she means by that? What's your opinion?
That she didn't use her biological clock well?
Yeah, because that's what she's saying. She's being vulnerable about it. Right? She said there's strength and vulnerability. So what do you think she means by strength and vulnerability?
Man, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know because she sounds like, she just wants to get it out. I feel like she just wants to get what she's feeling inside out. I don't know if she has any deep meaning, or I don't get any gauge of direction, honestly. I just think it's just let me get it out because this is what I'm feeling.
Yeah. So people throw that word around a lot. Vulnerability is supposed to like show a weakness.
Yeah, and you know what's sorry, I don't want to take over, but I just realized, like, I knew what vulnerable meant, right? I know what vulnerable means, but you don't want to be vulnerable in front of people, as the definition holds. You want to be, and I listened to a guy just briefly explain that. He said, rather you want to be transparent, like open and honest. But being vulnerable, that's not a good place. You want to be transparent, you know.
Mm,
And I understood that, and it clicked for me. And I'm like, oh yeah. But a lot of people do say, yeah, I want to be vulnerable, or here's me being vulnerable, and we shouldn't be vulnerable as the definition holds. Rather transparency, open and honest, being able to have a testimony is more so
mm.
the boundary. I think. But anyway, continue what you were.
Yeah, I agree. So the way I'm understanding what you're saying, in my mind, it's like vulnerability makes sense when it's intimate, right? When it's like one-on-one, when it's not being exposed to the world, right? You're not supposed to go around in the world telling
No,
people about your weaknesses.
no.
Um, 600,000 subscribers, and she's telling them her weakness, which to me, in my mind, when she said that, immediately I thought, oh, she's trying to tell people a lesson, because she even said it's not the point of this video for you guys to comment and say, oh, you'll be fine, you'll be strong, this and that. She doesn't want any of that. She's saying there's strength in vulnerability because there's a warning. Everything that she said, all of her words, all of the light bulb words, like, it still hurts, I am independent, but this still comes up in my mind, I wish, or like, in a sense, she wasted her time. Like, yeah, sure, it's showing her weakness in the decisions that she didn't make, but she's literally telling you to not go down that path. She did say she's strong and independent, and
Mm-hmm.
she could do it on her own. Basically, she can find love even later. That's neither here or there. It's not the point.
I don't
The
know why you
point
want to wait,
is
but okay.
exactly, exactly. That's what she was being vulnerable. She was showing her weakness because she's saying you don't need to be in this position when you're my age. Don't waste your time. So I thought, wow, it was like a hidden gem in the message, and I appreciate
Mm.
her for showing it,
Yeah,
because
maybe
I'm
some
not.
people.
Go ahead, go ahead.
I was gonna say maybe some people will probably highlight more of what like her hurt rather than understanding what she was trying to
What
communicate in
she's
that way.
saying, yeah,
Yeah, I don't think people was gonna catch that.
yeah. And I
Or
look,
focus.
yeah, people are not. Yeah, you're right, because people just jump to because in the minds of people nowadays, it's like, oh yeah, the woman is supposed to have children and stay at home and be married and not have a career. Like, they bring all of these other things and project it on the situation, where that's not what she's saying, because she does have the money, she does have the career, she is strong and independent, but she is showing you her weakness, because she's saying, even though I did everything society told me to do,
Mm-hmm.
I am still lacking in this thing, in which I'm still even chasing. Because in 20 years, I want to find a love of my life. I want to commit to somebody, even if I don't have the kids. At least let me do a part of it, because that's the part that I can still do. And so, after all of these years, she's gonna try to find a relationship with someone who wants to go on this journey with her, where maybe that person does have kids of their own. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
she doesn't need to have her kids
Oh
alone.
yeah,
You
definitely
know what
at
I'm
that point,
saying?
it's gonna be more available people with kids than not. For
Exactly.
sure. And
Exactly.
dang, I just forgot what. Oh yeah, we spoke about about uh well this the point of st- getting married young and early. We've spoken about that plenty
Yeah,
of
the HD
times.
podcast and stuff.
Yeah, so once again, kind of re-mentioning on this one, why wait?
Why
Why
wait?
why go out and party, get do all these things with people and not even have anybody? Like, you can have a lot of fun and do everything that you want to do,
Mm-hmm.
and we're not talking about partying and all that. We're talking, we're Bible based over here.
Right, 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 right.
We're talking about good
We're
things.
we're one of the chosen.
Yeah. We're of the chosen, right? um, yeah. So you can have so much fun and do all travel, food, food tasting good, like endless galore. I don't know how to say that right, but I'm saying you can do everything that you want to when you're married. Like
when you're married, bro.
People act like when you're married, things are just not available no more. Like as if it says not for married people. What are you like?
Yeah.
Travel is
Your options are
available.
wiped. Yeah.
You have more. You even probably have more options than when you're single because now you have somebody to do it with versus being alone. So it's a lot more enjoy and yeah, it's a lot more enjoyable because you have someone that's just not a friend that's gonna just hit you up on the day of or whatever. But you're after the trip, y'all can talk. This is a lifelong thing. This is not a weekend thing. This is lifelong. So it never makes sense to me when people be like, yeah, just party, get the party out of you or, get married later, wait, just have your fun, travel. What are you talking about? You can do all that with your spouse and even have a greater time.
Yeah.
I never understood that.
Because now it's 2 experiences instead of just 1, right?
Crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. So yeah, I wanted to highlight this video because it speaks directly to the culture today. And we've talked about this before. Like the biological clock for women is a very slim time that you have. The biological time for men, it extends a little bit further. But even that, you'll still find that as they're nearing their biological clock, which is the men, their quality of sperm count begins
paparazzi. They're able to paparazzi for a long time.
The count and quality is dropping. Like no one is safe out here, bro. No one is safe from the biological clock, but women especially have a smaller frame of time. So this video just highlights where we are in our society, and it's like, man, we need to do better. Like we need to be able to like say like, hey, what are you doing with this time that you have? Because when you get to this point, all the independent, strong women are like, don't be vulnerable. Don't show your vulnerability. You don't need to get to that point. So without further ado, you have anything else to say, Mr. Eddie Ed?
Yeah. Hey guys, man, we can't continue to believe this BS about waiting till you're older. Like, stop believing the people that want to chase money, the things that are material versus long-lasting important things like family. If just ask yourself the question, if the person that's saying this, what are if their focus is on material gain, that's the answer. But then once you get it and it's 10 years past, then now what? Now you're starting late and now you're regretting, oh man, I should have started earlier because too late. Stop doing that. Stop, people. We got to stop doing that. Look at what's really going on and what's really important. The money and stuff are going to be there before, after, and during. But the family might not be.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like we gotta value what's valuable and stop putting materials that's decays and that's always revolving in front of our faces more than important things. That's all I gotta say, man. Hopefully that makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense. So essentially, the strength in her vulnerability is telling you to do the thing that she didn't do, right? That's what vulnerability is. But you show your weakness so you can be encouraged, and she's showing you her weakness so you can be encouraged. So with that being said, hey, thank you guys for joining the stream today. Appreciate you. Hope you got something out of it. If you did, drop it down in the comments, and if you're seeing this at a later time, thank you. Drop it down in the comments, your thought as well. Remember to like the video, share it with a friend, who might not get what all this stuff is about, and they'll thank you. They'll probably thank you later for it. Without further ado, it's dialogue, folks.
It's your man Eddie Ed.
Hey, and we're out of here. Peace.